abuse of office, breach of trust, and selling substandard goods. The KBC boss has, however, denied allegations of mercury presence in any sugar.
I want to be very specific that no mercury has been detected in the samples that we have tested.
But where does the truth really lie? A joint parliamentary committee on trade and agriculture says that in the next 7 days, Kenyans will know the truth about the safety of sugar in the country. Chairing the committee that will begin its hearing Monday, Kieni Member of Parliament Kanini Kega said his committee will hear submissions from all relevant ministries, followed by the parliamentary committee's own field investigations on Tuesday and Wednesday next week.
So many other things, including evasion of tax. So that we don't lose the entire thing. It is not just about mercury. Because you can say there was no mercury. Hypothetical. Then does the committee write a report after that, and then everything now is corrupted? Yet there are so many other issues. There are people who are importing sugar in this country without paying the duty. So we want to consolidate all these things.
Members of the public who may have information that can shed light on the issue will also be given a hearing on Thursday afternoon. The committee has 7 days from today to issue a report and hopefully confirm or allay fears on the safety of sugar in circulation in various parts of the country. Caroline Kamal reporting for Channel 1 News.
Thank you, Caroline Kamal, for that report. The Anti-Corruption Court has dismissed the request by the Director of Public Prosecution to detain 47 NYS suspects until their sources of bail and bond are screened by the Asset Recovery Agency. Chief Magistrate Lawrence Mugambi ruled that it would be illogical for the Anti-Corruption Court to suspend the High Court decision to release the suspects on bond, saying the validity and legitimacy of the funds presented by the suspects will be examined by the court. Reports.
It was a relief for 47 NYS suspects, including Public Affairs Principal Secretary Lilian Omolo and NYS Director General Richard Dubai, after the Anti-Corruption Court dismissed an application by the Director of Public Prosecution to have the Asset Recovery Agency verify all their sources of bail and bond before being set free. However, Chief Magistrate Lawrence Mugambi deferred with the prosecution, ruling that the court will proceed to examine the sureties and make a determination. According to Mugambi, even though the concerns raised by the DPP are genuine, the prayer sought is not one of the terms set by the High Court while granting bail to the suspects. The ruling presents a major legal setback for the DPP in his attempt to block the NYS suspects from using proceeds of crime to secure their freedom. Meanwhile, the Court of Appeal has refused to stop the prosecution of former Transport Cabinet Secretary Engineer Michael Kamau in corruption-related charges. In a ruling, the Appellate Court said the former CS was not acquitted of corruption charges and allowed the DPP to file fresh charges against him. The court further ruled that corruption charges against Kamau were only quashed on grounds that Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission was not properly constituted when it charged him. Finally, the embattled Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission CEO Ezra Chiloba sued the Commission's chair Wafula Chebukati over contempt of court. In his application, Chiloba wants Chebukati and two commissioners Abdi Gulie and Bola Mulu to appear in court and show cause why they should not be held in contempt of court for locking him out of his office even after the court ordered him to resume work. Chiloba further warned the court to set aside decision by the commission to suspend him for 3 months. Chiloba's move coming barely hours after he showed up at Anniversary Tower's office only to find new locks on the door. Ben Chuba reporting for Scales of Justice.
President Uhuru Kenyatta has called on the county governments to cooperate in the delivery of the Big Four agenda to the citizenry. Speaking during the 6th session of the National and County Government Coordinating Summit at State House, Nairobi, the head of state warned governors against wastage of state resources, noting these immensely cost national development. Here is the report.
President Uhuru Kenyatta unveiled the Big Four agenda, the strategy he hopes to use to deliver on the promise of excellent service delivery to Kenyans. The Big Four agenda comprises affordable housing, universal healthcare, enhanced manufacturing and food security. And while officiating the 6th session of the National and County Governments Coordinating Summit, Uhuru called on county governments to support the agenda.
I wouldn't shy to once again ask you, colleagues, for your total support in the delivery of the Big Four agenda as we continue to build our great nation and to serve our people. The impact of politics on our development agenda cannot be gainsaid. Indeed, the unity and common purpose prevailing in our political sphere today provides us with an opportunity to build upon the successes we have made so far.
But as the war against graft gathers momentum, the President warned the heads of counties against wastage of state resources, instead urging them to utilize devolution to avail services to the people.
But it is our joint responsibility as the executive of this nation to be at the forefront of ensuring that the resources availed to us are indeed put to the best use, and we ensure that there is no leakage or seepage of these resources, which are ultimately aimed at improving the lives of our people.
During the event, aimed working together towards realization of the Big Four held in State House, Nairobi, Uhuru reminded governors of their pivotal role in the achievement of the economic pillars.
Working towards the realization of the Big Four is therefore a stage for strengthening of the partnership between the national and county governments in the noble task of building our nation. It is our shared desire to ensure our people can afford to have good quality, can afford access to nutritious meals, decent settlement, access to affordable and quality health care, as well as to secure productive and gainful employment.
The strategy hopes to deliver 500,000 new homes countrywide within the next 5 years. During the event, the Professor Karega Mutahi, chaired Intergovernmental Technical Relations Committee, presented its recommendations, including initiatives to enhance capacity at public broadcasting KBC. The committee recommends opening bureaus in every county to foster public information sharing and advertisement. The forum was also attended by Deputy President William Ruto and senior government officials. Meanwhile, President Uhuru Kenyatta has directed the Ministry of ICT to put in place measures to create internet connectivity for all counties so that they can be connected to the Integrated Financial Management Information Systems (IFMIS). The President said the use of IFMIS will create efficiency and contribute to transparency necessary for prudent use of public resources. ICT Cabinet Secretary Joe Musheru said the ministry was working closely with the Council of Governors and was looking at all aspects of connectivity.
The Commission on Revenue Allocation (CRA) has set aside 17 billion shillings for development projects in 34 counties classified as marginalized. CRA says the allocation increased from the previous 11 billion shillings to the current 17 billion shillings, following an increment from 14 to 34 of the number of marginalized counties. Brenda Zipere Radido reports.
The criteria for sharing revenue among marginalized areas that was released by the Commission on Revenue Allocation paints a grim picture. 5.6 million Kenyans residing in more than 1,000 sub-locations in 34 counties live in abject poverty. Among them are Baringo, Bomet, Garissa, Bungoma, Kwale and Kilifi.
Kajiado has very prosperous areas. In Ngong, in Rongai, in Kitengela. The county averages were very beautiful. But deep in the heart of Kajiado are very marginalized areas and very deserving communities. So as a commission we agreed we must move away from the tragedy of county-level averages and go a little deeper.
The Commission cites insecurity, lack of health facilities and quality education as some of the major catalysts of marginalization which continue to undermine the devolved system of governance.
Spend a lot of time addressing conflicts in those disadvantaged areas. And these things are driven by a few simple but important things to them. And those are the allocation of resources. Water, grazing.
Community will continue being a challenge even as we try to commercialization and provide some of these facilities. So urban pastoralism posed significant challenges in tackling.
However, members of parliament have blamed county government for mismanaging resources allocated to the county's food development.
We have to also focus on what we have allocated to county government, which is mostly above 30%. But we are now focusing on the 0.5. Let us also focus on what the county governments are doing in those particular areas.
Yes, we can rid this country of management of our resources. We will never achieve this. Even if we go 50 years, we will never achieve it.
The Commission says the country will spend 17 billion shillings on specific projects aimed at improving socio-economic conditions of the marginalized.
We'll be allocating the balance. The money that was never appropriated in the first policy, through the first policy, the allocations through 2011-12, 12-13, 13-14, then 17-18, and 18-19. So what will be appropriated was that with the monies that were actually put in the equalization fund but not yet appropriated. So that in short is what 0.5% of the last audit of the approved account translates to.
Meanwhile, the national government has agreed to a request by the Council of Governors to raise road maintenance labor allocation to counties from the current 15% to 20%. Brenda Zeda, Radido, Channel 1 News.
Oh, Eli. Mambo ya muziki Mombasani yako tight. Kama uamini muulize Shatamani. Umefika naili kuna kanjeze wacha mpesata nijifini niko fit. Umetoa phone nimsalimie live. Nagonga na dai kama moja akatokea akaniambia
kwa mzee hebu nipe phone yangu.
Mimi nashinda huyu ana shida gani? Yani simu yangu sasa imekuwa yake. Sijamaliza jamaa kanijangeta. Ngeta noma mpaka nikafaint. Nikiamka juu washanijia. Mara hiyo ni mmoja katokea. Akaniambia hapa ni mzuri lazima kae chonjo. Hamna ndoma babake niko chonjo. Kachonjo ukiwa downtown. Kachonjo ukiwa downtown. Kachonjo ukiwa downtown. Ukiwa downtown. Ninaye huyu eti
nauza phone.
Nikicheki basi na simu akanambia anauza 3,000. Simu ya kamera yani 3,000.
Na usicheki chuma toa pesa yako nikupe.
Nikampa hela akanipa simu.
Unacheki yako kadhaa. Usijue hapo fike home.
Tukaachana akashika njia yake. Nilipofika mbali nikaona nitoe. Nikaitoa ili nipigie naye. Nimwambie mambo yaliyonisibu. Nikicheki shida peni story. Mama yangu washanijiji ujanja. Nikashindwa haya ni maajabu gani? Hamna noma nishalijua jiji. Ukiwa downtown kachonjo. Kachonjo ama utauzwa.
I'm really hoping this is not among the songs that inspired Nairobi City to, bring Christ in Nairobi, because I really hope that's not the song. But of course, Escobar will be telling us much more about that. Escobar, karibu sana.
Yeah.
Glad to have you in studio.
Thank you.
This is really cool music. Actually, I was listening to it way back in the day, and I mean this would be still like club banger.
Yeah. Unajua hizi nyimbo tunazitunga ni nyimbo ambazo zina mafunzo sana. So I normally think about the environment or the people. That's when nafikiria vitu ambavyo vina sustain kwa muda.
All right. And of course, to me, I mean, speaking to you earlier on, you're telling me this is actually inspired by true.
Yeah, it's a true story. But yeah, it happened to myself. Yeah, when I was in college, Kenya Poly, I was doing the course of architecture diploma. So kuna kitu moja nikawa sasa nataka simu. Nikaingia mitaani as in town. Kuna street moja hapo stage ya gari za kwenda za 44 up 46. So I was looking for a phone for the shop. Then wakaja mtu anibaniaje bro, I'm having this phone, it's cheaper than the one you want there. Yes, a good business. Yeah, I just save money. But then college, it's like you don't plan to save it over bomba. So I face. Kumbe I'm getting to the problems, but I didn't know. So he did his magic. Then nikapata phone ni fake. Afterwards, na pia nampatia do na phone nyingine yangu ndogo ambayo pia niko nao. I gave money plus the phone. Then he gave me the phone fake.
What?
See?
Okay, all right. And probably some of us have also gone through similar stations. And of course, you tell us now that you compose your music based on true events.
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah? All right. There's another song you've done, Hakuna Issue. Is this also on true events?
Yeah, it's true, because we know ladies, it's about a lady. A lady who was, okay. You know, some ladies, they have different behaviors. But this lady, she behaved not good to the society. Sasa ndio maana sio sahihi sometimes watu wa kike sasa inabidi tunaimba nyimbo zao ambazo okay, hana issue ni kwamba hana mpango. Unaona? Hana issue, hana mpango.
Wajua kidogo most tempted bring up Kiswahili. Kwa ni Swahili
lazima kufunza kidogo lugha nzuri na mimi nakuja Kiswahili fresh. So hana issue ni demo ambaye alikuwa na vibaya. Unaona? Kwa mfano mimi wewe ni girlfriend wangu, alafu sasa uko na majamaa wengine unajimix, alafu nakuja kwangu unajifanya kama unanipenda, unaona? So nika create kuna mademo zao kwa hivyo. By then niko na best yangu mmoja na mmoja tukakripa pamoja. Akaniambia kazi kuna mademo anakuwa hivi na hivi na hivi, so tukilete nyimbo tukakama play idea. Huyu demo ana issue.
So in course, I mean, when you say hana issue means like it's somebody who's not worthwhile, someone who is not doing the right thing.
Yeah, hana issue. Somebody who is not living in a good way of life.
Okay.
You know that those rules of life. If you're a woman, the rules that you're supposed to follow. If you're a girlfriend to somebody. So the one issue is a girl who is living differently according to the normal life.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, right. And of course, now tell us. I mean, it's been a really long history of you being in the music industry.
Yeah. Actually, there's the real music, but behind them my freestyle from 99. My freestyle, my club, did those times. So, but the real music I started from 2004 when I just finished my Form 4 class. Then I got into music.
Escobar.
Babaki. Yeah,
Escobar.
Babaki is a nickname, but now I linked it because it's a good thing.
All right, but it actually rhymes, you know, Escobar. But tell me something. You know, everybody when you talk about Escobar, there's even a series, you know, Escobar
Pablo. Yeah.
So why Escobar?
Okay, Escobar is a nickname to me, you know. At first, okay, my real name is Nasoro William. So from Nasoro William, in school they used to call me Naswil. So Naswil, then they became a friend of mine when I was from 2. He used to call me Nas Escobar. So I like that name, Escobar. I didn't know if he was a drug dealer or whatever. I didn't know about that. So I just liked the name Escobar. So then by then I did touch music underground. So I like that name Escobar. I used it. But for real, you can be Escobar, Babaki, Pablo Escobar. So there are many Escobars.
Babaki sasa, Babaki ni baba ya mtu ama Babaki?
Babaki si like Babaki ya baba ya mtu, but it's just a name I was given. But I have a daughter.
All right.
Yeah, so Babaki is just an nickname.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, tell me, is it the way like, in Nairobi people say Mama Yao?
Mama Yao, yeah, Baba Yao, kitu kama hiyo. Yeah, sasa kuna Babaki.
Babaki, yeah. You know?
That's it.
Msanii wa wasanii.
Kabisa, mkali wao.
Mkali wao. That is what I was looking for this whole time. Okay, anyway, so at the same time, you are based in Mombasa and the coast region. And of course, you are a young person. How do you think your music could influence the youth, especially coming from the coastal region where we know the youth have actually had to be exposed to a lot of things, drug trafficking and things like that? How do you influence them?
Yeah, the youth, saizi, sana coast, you say they are influenced a lot by drugs. Most of them have lost hope. So they think that life, there's no future. So mimi kama msanii kioo cha jamii, I have to give them hope. Because I go through what they go through. I'm just a normal human being. It's not that I'm blessed with this talent. So I use it to make them know that in the future, there is still a brighter future for them. So I even teach them about to be careful like a chonjo. So mimi tayari chantokea, so it's you, kaa chonjo bro. Hii town watu wako hivi na hivi na hivi. So you have to look forward. So like about drugs, there's a song even I did about drugs, telling the youth, msitumie drugs. Drugs will not take you anywhere.
Feel free.
Yeah. Drugs hakuna kitu cha kufanyia. Wewe kama kijana uko na future. Kaa chini fikiria ni kitu gani unaweza fanya kwa saizi ambao si ati ni kitu ati sijui ya maunga ama mabangi ama pombe, no. Something ambayo itakuja income, unaona. That's it.
That's the point.
Yeah, that's the point. I have to teach them and tell them about the future. They're not supposed to give up. Yeah.
Escobar kidogo na tunaendelea kuongea. Highway ni mwanamuziki kwa jua.
Ndio hivyo sasa.
Kwa hivyo at that moment unafaa kufanya nini?
Na kwa mstari ni.
You're right ahead.
Kama vipi yende yuye kama kawaii, kama vipi yende yuye mpaka kieleweke. Ni babake zela kugandamiza, ninavurumisha yani ninagandamiza toka underground mpaka matawi ya juu, na huu ni ujumbe kwa wote wanaobana, unavozidi bana ndivyo unazidi komaa. Yeah.
Wow, all right, that's serious, right. You're really talented, great.
Then I can even rap and sing.
Rap and sing at the same time.
At the same time, unajua kama mwanamuziki, sasa muziki umechange. Wasanii wa kurapa kwa wengi, wasanii wa kuimba kwa wengi. So una mimi nikaamua niimbe na ni rap at the same time, ili niweze kukwepa huku na huku. Ukinifuata huku sipo, ukija huku mimi nishatoka.
All round.
Yeah, so I can rap and sing. Like I have a song that I've sang. It's called Rihoho. Rihoho, Rihoho, natamani nigire, huyu mtoto mzuri mrembo kwa sana. Natamani nigire, anajua kukata mauno kwa sana. Something like that.
All right. So you're all-rounded. And I mean, sometimes you sing and one wonders, do you purely do Swahili or there's a bit of, your mother tongue in there?
Actually, the one I did like now is mother tongue. Kwa sababu unajua muziki sasa unafikia muziki mbadilika baadaye. So we have to know where you come from. Actually, kama unatoka Kenya, una identity ambayo inakufanya watu wakujue wewe unatoka Kenya. Si mavazi, everybody anavaa vizuri, so kuna kitu ambacho unafaa ujue ambacho kinakufanya wewe watu wakujua you are from Nigeria or from Kampala or from Tanzania. So ndo nikamwa niwe natumia mother tongue kwa sababu Magiriama from coast Mijikenda. So when I use that, many people know that Mijikenda is Giriama kama from the coast. So nina fuse ni Kiswahili plus Giriama or Giriama plus English naweza nikafuse.
Kwa hivyo ni njia moja ya kudumisha utamaduni wetu.
Actually lazima tupende mambo yetu, unajua sisi wa Kenya mpaka tujipende. Sasa kama mimi nimegiriama mpaka nipende utamaduni wa home na sasa nauza to the international outside.
Let's talk about utamaduni and all that, and of course we have seen some of the Kenyan music in comparison to our neighbors, maybe say like Bongo, this is Tanzania, as well as maybe say West Africa. Their music is really well published across the world. Nini inatutendekea sisi, our music is a little bit not as well published. What's the problem?
Problems ziko nyingi, alafu problem mara nyingi ziko na watu wengi, the industry is wide. So kuna msanii, kuna DJ, kuna presenter, kuna hizi medias, kuna hizi Facebook kuja, Instagram, nini sasa zimekuja. So the thing is alafu istoshi wale wenzetu kule kwa mfano Bongo and whatever, sometimes wakutapia serikali ya mkono. Kwa hiyo entertainment. So mimi hapa kama Kenya, unafahamu, nakuta hii industry yetu kuna vitu fulani vinakosa. Gavash lazima itie mkono ijue what's going on in the talent. Kwa sababu sisi hii talent tunafanya ni income yetu. Kwa mfano mimi ningesoma sikusoma, basi sasa nimeamua niimbe, isamata napata income. So gavana mimi kama mimi ni kijana Mkenya na nafanya hii kazi ni music but ni job. Napata pesa ambayo niweze nikanunua gari, nikajenga nyumba na nikalisha familia.
Okay. All right. Escobar. Wajulikana sana pale Pwani ama pale Mombasa.
Kabisa.
Lakini kidogo sisi ambao tuko upande mwingine mjini bara, hivyo ndio moita.
Bara.
All right. Kidogo tunauliza umekuwa wapi? Umekuwa wapi Thomas?
Okay, najua watu wengi walikuwa wananiuliza maswali kwa nimekuwa wapi sana. But the real thing is katika maisha we go through other stuff ambazo watu kupanga. So like kuna vitu vilinikuta as I told you mimi ni kawaida. So the things we people we go through ambazo vinatudisha nyumba sometimes. So it was a family matter. So I was attached to kichwa family ambao kidogo ilibidi muziki wangu utulie kwa sababu my dad, rest in peace, he passed, but at that time alikuwa kidogo ameshikika and I had to be there for him. So I was between music and family. So I had to choose. Sasa mimi kuna family muhimu for this time, kwa sababu muziki iko haitakufa, nitafanya muziki hata niko hai. Tamsingi ndio niko poa. So at that time nikashikika nikasauti hizo vitu, nashukuru Mungu. Mpaka saizi I'm back. So mashabiki ningependa kujua kwamba si eti nilikuwa nimeshona mistari ama nini.
That's a disclaimer actually. Unapoangalia ile kamera ueleze vizuri. Back with the bang.
Kabisa niko fresh mistari, niko poa. Na pia muziki sasa nimejipanga, not like before. Sasa niko poa. So mashabiki wangu wherever you are, Bara, Koti, Nakuru, Kitale, I love you so much. I know you miss me and I miss you too.
Wow, amazing.
Kwa hivyo sasa I'm back for it. Kachonjo.
Kachonjo. Na kidogo pia itabidi umekaa chonjo, ile ndio kamera yako.
Ile pale.
Usije kanyanga yangu.
Yako sasa, no problem.
All right, and of course, in the interest of time, kidogo Escobar, najua you're back and you're back with the bang, and una ngoma mpya, you're going to be launching it.
Wanataka kunijua.
All right. But ufanye line kidogo, sisi tukiondoka.
Okay. Wanataka kunijua, hawanitambui. That's why kila siku wananichunguza, wanataka kunijua, hawanitambui. Nasoro William ndio jina langu, wanataka kunijua, hawanitambui. That's why kila siku wananichunguza, wanataka kunijua, hawanitambui. Nasoro William ndio jina langu, Nasoro William ndio jina la shujaa. Ukinita Naswil utakuwa hujakosea. Nickname Esco, na penya kama pepo. Usinione hapa mimi na nguvu za da pepo. What up my people? Mambo ndo kama mwanangu, tunavurumisha kama kawa.
All right. And it's a rap.
It's a rap. It's a rap music.
It's a rap.
It's a rap.
So we're really glad to have you right here in studio. You can leave the people with details on how to find you on social media. Mtandao watakupata vipi labda sisi tukiondoka.
Katika mitandao sasa Instagram Escobar Babake 254. Katika Facebook Escobar Babake. Instagram I mean Twitter niko Escobar _Babake.
All right. Simply put, it was an Escobar Babake affair tonight. And thank you so much for keeping us company right there on Star Guest tonight. Escobar Babake, right there, inspiring the youth, and of course, you're being advised to go for what you believe in, and of course,
never lose hope.
Never lose hope. He completed that for me. Right, good. We'll be previewing the way now for O'Brien Kimani. And I think from this end of the studio, we'll be dedicating one to him. Kachonjo, O'Brien Kimani, Kachonjo with the business news.
Wanataka kunijua, hawanitambui. Najua kila siku wananichunguza, wanataka kunijua, hawanitambui. Nazoruida mbio jina langu, wanataka kunijua, hawanitambui. Najua kila siku wananichunguza, wanataka kunijua, hawanitambui. Nazoruida mbio jina langu, nazoruida mbio jina la shujaa. Ukinicha na siwezi kuchagua jakosea. Esco napenya kama upepo, usinone hapa mina nguvu za pepo. Hapo nipo yani niko. Hebu nichululu, galoleni biro. Una malambari yangu, mini maziro. Komutini, mana ni hango. Kila nyimbo nayotoa, na watahoi. Daily, mapindi wanaongea. Wanasema zitu ambazo misijadua. Wananipangazia, mambo tukibao. Ninafanya vitu vyangu, sina time now. Rest peace, majida tamatuva. Mamangu mzazi bado ninakukumbuka. Kijana mzuri amekuwa bad boy. Wanataka kunijua, hawanitambui. Najua kila siku wananichunguza, wanataka kunijua, hawanitambui. Nazoruida mbio jina langu, wanataka kunijua, hawanitambui. Najua kila siku wananichunguza, wanataka kunijua, hawanitambui. Nazoruida mbio jina langu. Ukitikosa bombo, nicheki kizingo. The one and only nigga nilisave na jashingo. Kichwa kigumu kinazuia hata tindo. Choki kutafuta hata nikipata zero. Sio rahisi from zero to hero. Kabangu alinambia kila mtu siku yake, na nyota zifanani kila moja na yake. Ni mambo na time, mamdogo usiringe. Kichwa bado mina leta mbinde. Bila binde damu tanu patilishe. Niko na one daughter.
This is Business News. Thank you for joining us. My name is O'Brien Kimani. Well, Kenya will heavily be reliant on food imports from the year 2020 to feed the growing population if measures are not put in place urgently to increase the land and the food crops and post-harvest losses are drastically reduced. This is according to a report by the Kenya Business Guide, which indicates that if Kenya reduced post-harvest losses from the current 20% to 15% as projected in this year's budget, the country would add more than 2.5 million metric tons of food.
Kenya imports food items such as maize, rice, wheat, fruits and grains, and this is likely to worsen in the near future as a rapid population growth coupled with near stagnation in expansion of land under cultivation drives up demand for food. This is worsened by inefficiency in the agricultural sector that would force Kenya to heavily rely on food imports by the year 2020 if urgent corrective measures are not put in place.
The reason why we have been able to produce more food is simply because we've expanded the amount of land under cultivation, not because the yields per hectare have improved. And that is becoming a very, very significant challenge for the country. As I mentioned, Kenya is an agricultural dependent economy. While we are going to make structural adjustments to ensure that other sectors like manufacturing, tourism, and services bear a bit more of the brunt of the economy, the agricultural sector will still remain the key cornerstone of our country.
The report by the Kenya Business Guide indicates that Kenya must improve average yields, reduce losses along the food supply chain, implement new technologies and pursue climate change adaptation strategies if the country is to be food secure.
As we're moving, is moving at a very good growth rate. We are expanding both health and education outcomes significantly. But where we're falling short is on agricultural efficiency. Kenya still heavily relies on the agricultural sector. 70% of Kenya's livelihood is based on the agricultural sector and has significant macroeconomic implications for inflation. we really need to improve agricultural efficiency.
Kenya scores highly in the enrollment and completion rate in primary schools, but the situation is very bad for secondary school, where few sit for their Form 4 exams.
Is that where we fall short in Kenya is actually in the transition point from lower secondary school to upper secondary school. Right up to lower secondary school, we have remarkable enrollment rates.
The report cites corruption and poor governance as major impediments to a more inclusive economic growth and improved human development outcome. The report says the cost of electricity is likely to reduce if the coal plant in Lamu is commissioned, since the project will heavily rely on coal imports from South Africa that will drive up energy imports.
Also, as the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya says, vetting of accounting and procurement officers should be conducted crafted by a team of experts. ISPRAC Chief Executive Officer Edwin McCoy says the process should be carried out in a manner that does not victimize anyone.
For this process to be effective, we believe that the vetting panel must come out with foolproof vetting tool that will be applied objectively and in a structured vetting process. The process must also ensure that all constitutional and legal provisions are adhered to. Article 47 of the Constitution provides that every person has the right to administrative action that is expeditious, efficient, reasonable, and procedurally fair.
This is not new to Kenya. We've done the vetting of the magistrates, we've done the vetting of the Kenyan police. And this was done in a structured way. And we knew even the people who were being vetted knew how the process was going to be carried out. So what you're saying is that these are employees. We need to be able to have a fair process that is anchored in law.
Well, that's all for now. Thank you so much indeed for joining us. Rahona is coming up next with sports news. And of course, he has the latest from Russia, where the match between Serbia and Switzerland is going. From me and the rest of the business team, have a good night.